Certainly with a brand like Porsche, you want to feel the bookends. You know, you want to feel where it's come from and where it's going and have some idea of the future. This is the root, this is the heart, this is the soul, and it's in no place could that play out in a purer form than in this car. You know, we always look for these moments and we look for stories to be told, and just when you walk around this car and you start to look at the patina of it, and you sit inside and you hold the steering wheel, and the steering wheel isn't smooth, it's got all the nicks and cuts and tears in it, and you sweep your hand across that dashboard and there's exposed screws in there because it's been modified for all sorts of racing through the years and all sorts of usage through the years. This car, I can't imagine walking around anything in the automotive world that could tell as many stories. For the Porsche family, this is the first race car they built. The motivation of this car was to compete in the Berlin-Rome race, and it was successful well into the 50s. So to think of something that was done in the late 30s and then came back and continued to be successful, you realize how many things they had right from the very start of it. And then the magical thing that happened along the way is that those letters appeared on the front end, which is Porsche. And that was the first time that those letters really landed on the front of a car. This is the first execution of that mindset to go racing with what you had. This is really a blend of road car and race car, which is, when you think about a 911 today, it's a blend of road car and race car. It's not that far from here. This car, when you look at the magic of that shape, a shape you can literally describe with the sweep of your hand, it's like a raindrop starts in a cloud, and as it falls to earth, it takes this shape.
The feeling the driver gets, you could see now when you back into this and you reverse engineer the timeline, you really understand where we are today and how many parallels there are between a modern 992. Not only is it from an aesthetic and a shape perspective, but the weight distribution, the agility, low weight, aerodynamics, efficiency, all of those things you could see from the very start, which this car is. I'm surprised how modern it actually feels. I mean, that is a staple of how far in advance this car was already. You strap into a car like this and you realize that the visibility is just the amount that the driver needed and nothing more. And you look at the era of this car and what late 30s cars were being produced. This is completely a clean slate, but it gives you almost that fighter pilot's perspective. You have these windows all around you, you've got the motion of the engine right over your shoulders, and you're watching this film. It's a film, it's almost like you're removed from the action of driving, and you're actually just seeing the world through just a spectacular set of lenses. Yeah, this is the holy grail. I mean, for you, for me, I mean, this is a company that is daily life for us, and it's almost like paying your respects to where it all started. This is the Mecca. I mean, it's unreal.
This is something not just for the Porsche story or not just for the Porsche enthusiast. As an automotive landscape that we live in and take part of in virtually every day of our lives, this machine is truly one of the most iconic pieces of automotive history, let alone that it's a Porsche.